This is GQ. Welcome to GQ Middle East. My name is Mina Masood. We're going to answer a bunch of questions and do push-ups to show you that Middle Eastern men can be sexy too. I'm Mina Masood. Welcome to GQ Middle East Men of the Year Cover Edition. Let's do it. Amr Diab for sure, all the way.
Why?
Because he's a legend. He's like the Beyonce of Cairo, of like Egypt and the Middle East. He did a Pepsi commercial with her actually back in like the early 2000s. It was dope. Check it out.
Quite iconic.
It is iconic. It was him. I honestly think it was Amr Diab, Beyonce. It definitely wasn't Rihanna. Rihanna was probably like 12, but I feel like it was Rihanna for some reason, but it wasn't. It was someone else. Was it Britney Spears? It might have been Britney Spears. I can't remember, but Amr Diab was there, and I remember watching it and being like, oh my God, he's made it. He did a commercial with Beyonce.
What's one lesson that you've learned since gaining global fame?
You know, it's a funny thing. I don't know if I feel like it's global fame. I still feel very normal. But I think one lesson that I try to implement every day, and I think I'm getting better at it, is try to stay focused in the present moment, not stress out about the future and all the million things that are happening, because that just causes me a lot of stress. So I'm trying to work on that, I think, because I have just a lot more stuff going on now, so I'm trying to stay in the moment.
Like, is going to the supermarket different? Is going to the gym different? Are your friends like...
It is different. Yeah, it's definitely different. I think there's a little bit of a disconnect between what people think of, like, you know, you're starring in $1 billion movie. They're like, you must be making so much money now, and you must not be able to walk down the street, and it's not like that at all. Like, yeah, I'll go to the gym and someone will stop me during my workout, or I'll go to Walmart in North Carolina and 3 people come up to me, like just random places that you never think people would even recognize you. So that happens sometimes, but I don't think it's as aggressive as people think. And even I've had to deal with, expectations, just managing expectations. I think I thought things would be different, especially after the movie made $1 billion, you know? Push-up time?
Push-up
All right,
time?
okay.
That's it, baby.
Okay.
Here we go. We're just warming up. Early days. Oh, he's getting the clap. He's getting arrogant.
All right.
Boy, it's gone straight for the clap.
Okay.
That felt like 4 now.
That was 5.
What's something you've recently changed your mind about, or something that you've maybe had to admit you might not have been right about?
Ooh, that's a good one. Work-related or just overall? Something that I've had to change my mind about. I think that I thought after Aladdin things would be different for me and things would get easier somehow, but I think in fact somehow they've gotten harder, work-wise, I mean. Like, for example, at the time that we're filming this interview, like, I haven't had a single audition since Aladdin came out. Or offer or audition. And I think people are like, what are you talking about, man? Like, you just led this film and it made $1 billion, and it's like... So that's something that I've had to change my whole, like, mental being around. You know, the fact that it's a marathon and things might be different for me, and that I just might have to keep working over and over again. Push-ups, all right, there we go. This is my second workout of the day here. It's so silent, guys. What's going on here? Okay. It's okay if I sweat in these? It's worth like $60,000. What's going on here?
Who tells you when you're wrong?
Ooh, that's a good one. Who tells me when I'm wrong? My assistant Jessie gives me a lot of shit. She does. Even though she's wrong a lot too, just saying. No, I know, no. But she's wrong. She can be friendly and wrong at the same time. No, she gives me a lot of crap. I don't know. My parents a little bit. My agent's really good actually. He called me out. We had this kerfuffle, and I got really mad about something the other day, And he really put me in my place. He's like, no, you're usually right about things, but you're wrong about this. I'm not going to let you freak out about this thing. And I was like, okay, all right, fair enough. And it means a lot coming from someone like that, because when they're usually on your side and they're really honest and reasonable, and then they're like, you're wrong, you're like, okay, yeah, all right. So
that was a lovely answer.
Oh,
do some push-ups.
Thanks. All right. Could do these all day. All day.
What's one thing you wish more people understood about veganism?
It's a good question. If there's one thing I wish people understood more about veganism and a plant-based lifestyle, it's that vegans do what they do. Most of them, not all of them, but most of them do what they do because they care. So they care about you, they care about the planet, they care about the animals, and it's never, a malicious thing or a pretentious thing. It's more just, we're trying to, be better. And that's the whole reason I started Evolving Vegan, to encourage people to evolve in that direction, to feel like they have the space to experiment and try it and not necessarily have to do things. And I just wish people would try it, just give it a shot.
Oh yeah, that was very thoughtful, and I'm quite inspired to explore more vegan options in my lifestyle. Now do push-ups.
You know why I can do push-ups? Because I'm vegan. Why don't I do these in a British accent, huh? These little push-ups, these little bit of ones here. All right. Actually, do them Australian next time. Okay. Oh.
In 20 years' time, when you look back on this year, what do you think will be the most vivid, etched into your mind memory of this year?
I think I gotta say the Aladdin press tour. Getting to go all over the world. I haven't done a lot of traveling in my life because I went to theater school for 4 years, and then I worked at a restaurant for 3 years, working my ass off to try to save up money to get my visa and move to Los Angeles. So I haven't done a lot of traveling, but this year I did the most traveling I've ever done. I think this will be the year of travel for me. I got to go to Japan right before the Aladdin press tour to just figure myself out and spend time with myself, and that was a really good trip. And then I got to travel the world for Aladdin. So I think I'll just remember how much of the world I got to see, and that it was hopefully, the beginning of a lot of traveling that I'll do for the rest of my life. And I'll be doing push-ups on every stop that I go to. I can do Guy Ritchie. He's like, it's one of these, one of those, it's one of those, it's one of these. That was like 10.
Mina, what's something that really turns you off a person?
Something that turns me off about people is when their words don't match their actions. So I think right now in the industry, we're, talking about diversity and all these things, but sometimes we're just not seeing it reflected on screen. And that kind of just makes you wonder why. Like, why are we saying one thing, but we're not really doing it? We're not following through. So, and it goes with everything, not just the industry, but my friends, my colleagues, people that I keep close to me. I always try to find people who say what they do and do what they say.
You said you'd do 5 push-ups, okay?
Okay, all right. Okay, here we go. Sets of 5, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. All right, okay. That's it.
A lot of your fans around the world know you now as a super positive person. Like, you're always smiling in your Instagram stories. You're always kind of full of energy. You're squeezing a lot into your day.
Yeah.
But have you, in the past year, with all the chaos and everything that's gone on, had to do a bit of self-care? Were there any tough times, and how did you get through them?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, self-care and growth is something you always have to work on. So even though I'm always very positive and always smiling, it's something that I think you have to work your way to get to that point. So there's bumps in the road always. I remember, for example, we had started the press tour for Aladdin in New York City, and everybody always talks about how movies like this change your life, and there was just so much on this film. And there were these autograph collectors that were just hounding me. And, I wasn't sure how I was feeling about it. I would stop a little bit and do things for them, but then I would go, and I wasn't really sure how to freaking manage it. When you don't sign for them, they start calling you really rude names. Like, they just start bashing you. And I was like, whoa, this is really extreme. And I remember going, and a bunch of other things happened, but I remember going up to my hotel room right before we started the hotel room, and I just started crying. I just started crying because it had hit me out of nowhere, like, your life is about to change. And I think it was just this fear of not knowing how to handle it, or anxiety, because anytime you're going through a big change, you start feeling those things, and they come out of nowhere sometimes. So I try to stay positive. I try to focus on why I got in the industry in the first place, which is, I love acting. And I love, getting into someone else's skin, this person who doesn't exist. So just focusing on those things that make you happy, and remembering the reason why you got into what you got into in the first place.
That was so beautiful, man.
Thanks.
Give
Yes.
me a very beautiful, meaningful 5 push-ups.
Okay, all right.
And then you're done. This is it.
This is it?
So, get it all out. This is your last chance.
So it's a special one.
This is a very
Do we have the
special
fireworks cued?
one. I think we should get the Rocky music bumping.
Okay, yes, let's do that. Just hit the middle. This is it.
Leave it all out there, baby.
Yes, the middle of it. Yeah. I don't know what this is. Hey, come on. Get it in. Get it out of you, huh? Get it out of you. It's a 1, 2, ha. That's ridiculous. All right. Just 1 foot. All right. Look at my $7,000 shoes. Can I do 2 feet up? No. All right. Thank you. There it is. All right. That was a whole lot of questions, a whole lot of push-ups. I hope you learned something about me and respect me more for being able to do physical activity. See you next time.